Chuck Barris stages in Hollywood, California. And here's the star of the show and your host,
yeah, cause girls is players too. Keep it playing, baby.
I know nothing with any certainty, but the sight of the stars make me dream.
Transition. Do I look alright?
No, you look.
Don't look dark,
like
is it?
it's your final episode, and you put no effort in.
I didn't.
Just want to say that. Yeah.
I ain't got a drink. I'm gonna have to get a drink in a minute.
Why do we do the show with you, Elite? Oh, that's right.
That's right.
We won't be. We've been teasing this that we were trying to get rid of you, Elite, and it turns out Ashtray and I just had to leave.
Oh, what's the dark again? I'm dark again.
Because the camera keeps adjusting.
It's the camera, it keeps adjusting.
Stop adjusting, camera.
Welcome, we're live, everybody. Welcome to episode 134 of the Gamers Initiative podcast. It is our final show. We'll say for now. You never know. We might come back in the future. But we'll talk a little bit around what's going on in our world. While Elite figures out how to not be a creep. And we might be here for a really long show if that's the case, and he has to figure it out by the end of the show. He has promised he'll be helicoptering in his own OnlyFans show that'll be starting probably next week, I think. But he's not doing it here. Yeah, we're not having that. No one needs a sexual harassment.
Now he's pretending to be frozen.
Yeah.
How'd you know?
Yeah, it's so obvious when you're pretending, Elite.
Oh. My wife says that.
I'm sure she does.
Anyway.
You want to continue?
Where was we?
We was continuing being our weird and wonderful selves.
Should we wave to the? Let's wave to the chat before we have to put up with you talking about what you're going, what you've been playing. Yeah.
I don't think they'll work with three of us, but
right. Let's quick shout out then to Infinite Umbra. Welcome, mate. Final episode. Grey Monad, it's great to have you in here as well. Thank you. Red Wolf, great for you to join us. It's great to have you all on for our last ever show.
Hashtag delete elite will always be a thing. We've finally made it real. Well, almost. He's still on. He's still
moving
on.
Really slowly.
Yeah, we've been trying to get there.
That's because your internet's shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've you know what? No, I've just set up thingy in the bar and all. Now and then Red wants to quit. What do you call it? An Ethernet. I put an Ethernet cable.
And
into
I wanted
the bar,
to quit.
so I could have started. It wasn't Red's fault, really. It was Ashtray's.
Yeah. I got a restraining order out. So what can I say?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fair enough. I would have a restraining order out against Elite as well if I could. But you know,
too many dick.
But we're going to that.
But
we'll go into that.
The distance
Holly in
between
here
us
and
is
all.
enough of a
Go,
restraining
Holly.
order. He's not allowed within 10,000 kilometres of New Zealand. Yeah, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
And I think because of that distance, it also hits Australia, specifically Melbourne.
Absolutely.
So you're safe in that respect, Ashtray. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't think anyone even knows New Zealand exists. So.
Only over the last few
They
years.
just
movies.
Just FYI,
exactly just know it for King Kong. That's it.
we do have King.
What do you know
David
about New
joining
Zealand?
us.
Don't know King Kong. King Kong lives there.
No,
Lord of the Rings?
Hobbits do though. Yeah, and
The Hobbits
Avatar.
live in New Zealand.
Pandora.
Avatar lives in New Zealand. Yeah.
Yeah, the way of
They should make a film where they're all in it. They have King Kong, the Hobbits, and Avatars all in the same movie. That'd be a great movie. Yeah, New Zealand, the movie. Anyway, talking of New Zealand, suppose come on in.
You're botting.
You're bossing.
We've got an hour to kill. So tell us what you've been playing.
This is why it's our final episode. Technical difficulties with Elite. Honestly, I've told him to reset his modem 3 weeks in a row and he hasn't done it, and I've just had enough.
How do I sound now? I've reset it since then.
I'm
sounding right now?
teasing you.
Sometimes. It's in and out.
Hi,
That's what
Holly.
she said.
Hi, Red Wolf. Fuck You has one more thing that he would like you to say in the chat, please. Could you read it out, Elite? Just for you.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But am I botting though? I'm all right.
You're fine now. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right, Farkey, just for you, one last time. I've got to do this first. One. Delete. Actually, let me do it. I imagine Fark, you sounds like delete. That's how I reckon his voice.
Where's he from exactly? Where in the UK?
I don't know.
He's from somewhere that is not near you.
Is he a
which is
Scouser
safe.
or what?
I don't know. Is you a Scouser, Fark, or Brummie, or I don't know. I don't know what part of the region of the universe. Or are you from London? I'm not too sure. You are from London. What was that? Let's try Liverpool. Yes, so we've got an hour to kill. So Red, do you want to tell us what you've been playing?
Fuck you.
It's in North London.
He said from North London.
I don't see you. I drive around North London all day.
North London.
Because he's homeless.
They've got Popeyes,
and he doesn't really
in
have a
North
job.
London now.
And so he drives around London all day.
Scotland.
Yeah.
You know they got Popeyes in North London now, Fark. I posted it and showed it to Thingy the other day. What's his face? Oh, can't remember his name. It's not that important.
Yeah.
But anyway, what have you been playing?
It's dementia's kicking in. Oh.
It is. You know, it's because I've not had a drink.
What have
I've not
I
had a
been
drink
playing?
for 2 weeks now.
Halo. I have been playing Halo and Dragon's Dogma. That is all I've been playing. I know,
Thank
typical of me. But I've been watching the Halo TV series, and I really
Tell us all
enjoyed
about
season 2. I think I mentioned it last week. I'm just going to ignore him because it's way easier than continuing on and acknowledging that he's a person. But yeah, I've just been playing a lot of, Pete and I were playing Halo last night till early hours in the morning, and we actually won a lot of games, which was really nice.
Wow.
Pete wasn't raging like he usually is, so it was really nice. Yeah.
That sounds rude.
That's the Aussie way.
Yeah.
Get pissed off.
Yeah, but we did have a few instances.
Aussie
some
Roonies.
problems. They still have an issue where they had a problem with one of the skins that people bought last week.
The skin? What's wrong with the skin?
Skin. Yeah, one of the skins. And basically, people who purchased it, it wasn't recognising that it says they'd purchased it, but they couldn't apply it. I have that issue, so they've pulled it completely off. You can't even see it available in options to buy. And I think they'll fix it eventually. But they gave us a free skin, so I was like, sweet, I'll take a free skin in the meantime. But yeah, I was a bit.
You heard her
pissed
here,
off.
folks. She'll take a free skin.
Take a free skin.
I will quit gaming.
Well, yes.
Free skin.
Hi, Pyro. We've missed you. And by we, I mean Ashtray
free
and I,
skin.
because Elite doesn't care. Yeah. He's
Who's
a fraud.
Elite?
He's a fraud. Ashtray, what have you been up to?
Thank you for the $2. Thank you for the £2 super chat, fuck you.
How wasted are you right now, Elite? No, I'm kidding.
There you go.
He's not. That's the problem, I think.
We've got Pyro. Welcome to join us, Pyro. I made it live for the first time and the last time.
There you go.
Hey, it might not be the last time. We
Join
don't
us
know
on the
what's
last
going to
show.
happen. It's just life admin,
No.
right? Life admin.
We might all come back when we're rich and powerful.
Elite wants to
Hopefully.
come back when he's 2 inches deeper. Yeah.
What? Where do I go
What?
from here?
Exactly. You got nothing to say to that, Elite. Nothing.
Deeper than what? He's
Well, that's up to your interpretation. I mean, yeah. It's probably like
that's
when we're
as
talking...
deep as he can go.
Yeah, well, we've seen what he's done with his pillows.
Okay. It's deeper than 2 inches. Anyway, thanks, Red. So have you been playing anything else? Did you and Blue One play Knife for Spoony?
No, we haven't played. No one's played Knifey Spoony.
Not for Spoony.
No. I see you've heard of Knifey Spoony before. Yes, Elite. Yeah. You're such a wanker.
Oh god.
Ashtray, what about you? What have you been up to?
Before? Why do I do a bit Australian accent than Astray? Go on.
Because you're just the best, Elite. That's why.
Yeah. I see you've played Knifey Spoony before.
That's more up north.
That's more like a caricature version of the Australian accent.
What?
Oh, they're like that they're like that up in Queensland.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I
mean, Sydney and Canberra is also like Sydney's got a very thick, in my opinion, around the nasal side of the Aussie accent.
No, but people think us Melburnians are nasally, so I don't know. It's everyone's got a different interpretation of it all anyway.
You're all Aussies to me.
It's a true story.
Yeah, pretty much. We're all pretty much the same. We just got different accents. Yeah, I've only been playing a little bit of Dead Island 2. Not much, just a couple of times this week. It's the graphics are really good, but I'm still at sort of at the start of the game. So
are you playing single player or co-op?
At the moment, single. But the Blue One just told me yesterday, he reinstalled it because he's already played it. He's reinstalled it, so that means he wants to play some co-op. So I'll have to do some of that.
I want to do some co-op
today. How many? Is it just co-op, or can you have is it just 2 people? Yeah. Okay.
2.
2. So yeah.
Elite. Can you do a Cornish accent for fuck you?
No, I can't. That's what I was just saying. I can't think of how a Cornish accent goes at the moment. I need to hear it, and then I can mimic it.
Mimic it.
But
don't Elite. Don't encourage it. Don't.
Yeah.
We don't need accents.
So is that what you've been playing? Dead Island 2. Is it any good?
Yep.
Is it co-op? It's co-op, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to play probably about 20 minutes, half an hour before you can sort of unlock co-op.
I feel like you weren't listening at all.
Games.
We were literally talking about the Blue One and reinstalling it to play co-op with Ashtray. Elite, do you listen to us?
Yeah. I was also reading the chat. Yeah, but I hate games where you have to unlock co-op. I don't know why I do that. It's irritating. Yeah. And that's what puts me off some games. I just can't be bothered. Even though it takes 50 minutes, you think, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, I know.
Especially when it's really boring, the bit you have to unlock.
You need to say one more lovely hello to Boba, Elite, because you know Boba's going to miss it.
No.
Oh, Boba's in chat.
Don't do it. Come on, man.
Well, he had the vomit
he loves it.
in there, so he must have been.
Oh.
What's up?
You serious?
I'll be he done his vomit emoji Rooney.
You want to know what's a really good deal? Do you know that Game Pass Ultimate in New Zealand right now is $1 if you join? That is so cheap.
That'd be existing to new players only, right?
Yeah, I can't do it, but $1 for joining. Fuck, that's cheap. And people saying it's not coming back. It's gone for good. No, it's not. It's not. It's still here.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, well, it's going to come in and out from time to time.
It's going to come in and out. Just like people. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
What? Anyway.
All right.
So, how's everyone doing? Right, we've got quite a big shout. Hello, guys. Please share this out. Please drop a like. It's our last show, so yeah, it'd be good to get a nice little community. King David will be joining us soon. He's just taking his little dog to the vet, so he'll be on as soon as possible. But what have I been playing? Did you ask, Red? Yes, I've been playing
that
Baldur's
didn't
Gate
even cross my mind.
It did with those 2 inches.
No,
I've been playing.
definitely not.
But what's that gameplay? Are you playing Starfield? How dare you? Who's that playing
this is
Starfield?
old
Is that you, Red?
gameplay too, though. I've seen this before.
Dear.
Yes, you have.
Gee.
Do you know why? Because I've been playing Halo and Dragon's Dogma. I will be playing Starfield again. I just haven't had time. I got home late from work last night, and I've been getting home late from work all night this week, or getting up early. So I have been trying to look after my beauty sleep. Yeah, because I clearly need it. Yeah,
there's going to be an expansion coming soon.
I know, Shattered Space.
Yeah. I'm waiting for him to bring the mechs and all that's going to be fun. Oh, we've got Jedi Knight Peter in the chat, Rooney.
What's up,
and we've got Spartan661 has joined us. Hello, boys and girls.
Spartan661.
Anyway, we were talking about me. Right, so back to me.
Topics.
Baldur's Gate 3 I've been playing. I'm really enjoying the game. I keep bouncing between Starfield and Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm back into Baldur's Gate 3 now. About halfway through chapter 3, I believe. I think it's a really good fun game. I'm just killing as many people as I can. It's great. I'm just trying to kill as many people as I can, just to see if I can sort of, I don't know, just see if I can break the game, just see if there's anyone unbreakable, killable. It just does something to the game, ruins it in some way. But so far, it's quite good. I'm enjoying it,
like how
and
most of
I'm
us
enjoying being evil.
Used to play Fable 3 and would get invited into someone's world and turn off the safety mode and just run around and kill all the NPCs in the game. And ruin their game world.
You could turn off stuff in someone else's game.
You could go into a killing spree in someone else's game. Yes, you could.
That's a bit silly. They allowed you to do that.
Well, that's why I had my profile that was my perfect playthrough, and then I had my anyone come in and sandbox and mess with my world profile game in Fable 3. So yeah, it was good.
Red Bull said he's still waiting for the physical to come in.
Yeah, to come. Yeah.
There's not a physical version of it.
Well, all you do is you look at a screen with Baldur's Gate 3 and you chug the monkey, and there's physical. There you go.
What?
I'm not adding more to that because I had other things to say and I decided not to. He's sexting all the NPCs, let's be real.
Jesus.
Oh, no. Jesus Christ, Jedi Knight Peter. That's American for Peter.
That never gets old.
He doesn't, ever. A shame we got Holly in here to correct me when I say that. Jedi, thanks for that, mate. Jedi Knight Peter has just donated $50 Roonies. Says, congratulations on a great podcast. Sad that it is your last episode. Delete Elite will live forever. Yeah. There's some sort of weird irony to Delete Elite living forever. Isn't there? But yeah, I know. Yeah. It's sad. But I will still be around. Red will still be around.
Yes, I'm still going to be on my other show.
Ashtray won't. I think he's topping himself after the show.
He's not deleting his save file.
I think that might be the end of the show. I think it's a send-off. He's just going to top himself live on camera.
That's it.
Jesus. Oh, my God. Okay, Elite. Okay. You've had your fun.
Yeah, that's not happening. YouTube, we're not really doing that. Yeah, they would get a crowd in. But, yeah, thanks, Jade. Oh, man. After everything Panda said about you and how bad you are at Halo, it's like, that's amazing. But no, thanks a lot, Peter. Xbox Frontline almost home. Hit traffic.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
King David.
I couldn't see the little picture then. I thought there was someone. That's all right, mate. We're here waiting for you.
We're here.
I'm trying to keep it going.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're gonna let Red talk in a minute because she can keep going forever until you get here. So.
You're such an asshole.
To talk about your cats, Red.
My cat. One singular.
Oh, cat.
Why are we talking about your pussy for?
Pete can't stay listening to the show if we talk about that because he's allergic. Okay, he's allergic and he
to
can't.
cats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does Pete want everyone to know that he's allergic to cats? Maybe that's something that's really private just between the two of you. Should have maybe can.
I mean, would you trust me?
Yeah,
Am I going to
everyone
live
knows
with that and not?
Everyone knows Pete's
remind
weakness now.
Pete about
Everyone,
this?
Pete's weakness.
Yeah.
Cats. If you ever get in a fight with,
just throw a cat at him.
With Pete, just throw cats at him. Just toss pussy in his face.
Sorry, Pete. I love you. It's so good. He's like, and I was going to play Halo with you again. No.
Yeah.
Red Wolf Goes to Traffic is probably nothing but ponies trying to stop King David from
trying to get online. Just driving in front of King.
I mean,
block him.
I really wish I could have that horse face filter right now. That was so funny.
Yeah.
We could have all been ponies on the last show.
Oh, shit.
I've been blocked by Tim Doc today by everyone. He sent me a message.
Can we not bring that person up? There's no need to bring airtime.
Twitter, I said. Oh, he was being toxic on Twitter about Xbox again because he's weird, and I said something and he blocked me. So well. It's weird how people just change, isn't they? How they flip, how they can. I don't know why you can be so overly for something and then go overly against it like that, just like a switch like that. It's weird, isn't it? It's really strange.
It does.
Very weird.
Yeah. It's almost like criminals when they go to prison and they're suddenly completely believing God.
I don't have cat ears or else I would have equipped cat ears.
It's like that.
I have my red
They go around killing people, go to
I'm
prison,
not
and
today.
they believe in God suddenly.
Too warm.
Right. Should we do a topic then? Before King gets here? I don't think he'll mind us doing a topic. We're going to do our last topic, which is... lost it. SpaghettiOs. Why isn't the chat opening? Back to our regularly scheduled
mess of a show. How have we not got this together? You've gone like 3-4 weeks in a row of just like, can we still be subscribed? Yes, his channel is not going anywhere. He's still going to be making content. Very subpar content as per usual.
Yeah. Still subscribe. Yeah, I'm still gonna make content. I'm gonna do more gameplay stuff. I'm gonna do a series with Jen with Baldur's Gate. We're gonna run through Baldur's Gate, and I'm gonna do like a episodic series thing. We'll both be playing it, playthrough, live on doing live thingy, which Red's gonna have to show me how to do. You do because I need to find out how you when you're in party chat, how you record that, and then it streams live, so if I can hear you both talking, yada yada yada. We're both on camera and stuff. Let's figure that out. So me and Jen are going to do that, and
there's Twitch.
And I'm going to do. I don't even want to use Twitch. I was going to use YouTube.
So you mean, am I getting paid for my technical expertise in this instance, Elite?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, maybe. No, I'll send you an invoice when I'm dead.
Yeah, I'll send you a pillow filled with me.
Oh yeah. Are you still using a laptop or a tablet, Elite?
Yeah, laptop Aruni, Surface Pro. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a tablet.
Are they asking if you're the reason the podcast is going away, Elite?
No.
Short. Ashtray and I. He's honestly been trying to get us to go topless for a very long time, and we've had enough. We've just had enough. I went to HR.
Yeah, Jedi loves the ghost stories and the Conan content.
HR also quit as well. Yeah.
I will quit.
Well, Jedi, I've got more Conan stuff, so I'm going to focus on Conan stuff because that gets me actually a lot of views. My Conan stuff, it gets me the most views. So I'm going to do more Conan stuff, and I don't know if it goes back to the ghost stories. Not sure whether to do that. Though, if you liked it, though, it did get a lot of views actually.
Well, do we want to, while we're waiting for King David to come in, do we want to talk about why the show is sort of why we're on our final episode?
Yeah, while we're going, yeah. So
it's Elite's fault. Yeah.
Well, the reason is, let's talk about Ashtray. Ashtray the other day said he's getting the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah. He said he's got to go into witness protection.
Fuck out of this shit.
Yeah.
He was
sick. He's you're who are you? I can't even think of the word for it. But like, who are you testifying against? Is it Jim Ryan, and that's why you're going into Witsec?
Yeah. I got to go on the stand, and so I'm under protection.
No, but Astro, do you want to share what's happening in your world?
I'm playing on Xbox, brother.
As to why we're wrapping things up, because we'll all talk a little bit about what's happening in all of our worlds.
Yeah. So for me, I'm just gonna step back from YouTube, Twitter, and just I've got to focus on some personal stuff, and really just try and get away from all that toxic stuff. I know I don't help with the stuff on Twitter, but
it's fun.
I need to put some stuff out there and just have my peace. So, but yeah, I kind of need to step away from that now, and I will be on Blue Sky, which is the sort of that new app that's come out recently. It's opened up, I think, to everybody now, and that was from the original makers of Twitter. And I just want to go over there and just be pro or positive Xbox and not talk about PlayStation at all. And just sort of stay away from all that toxic stuff. I'll keep my account there, but I won't really be using it. I'll delete the app off my phone so I can't access it easily enough.
The only time,
and just step away for a while.
The only time Astray's going towards any toxic thing is if it's going to give him superpowers. Yeah,
exactly. But yeah, I just need to focus on work and family and business that I'm trying to get off the ground as well. So that's going to take up more and more time.
Well, you show us your thingy you've made. Your sample. Show everyone your sample.
His sample he's made. Handmade.
So,
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Part of the business, just real quick, part of the business is where me and a colleague are making vanilla products, and one of them's our vanilla extract. I don't know, it's blurry. But it's an extract that we're trying to get off the ground, and there's going to be a few different ones. So everyone knows that you use it in cooking. There's going to be a little bit of
ashtray in every bottle.
Yeah, exactly. We've got a really good product here, and we're doing and no one's done this. We're going to be the first. It's going to be a vanilla cinnamon extract, which is going to be off the chain. So we're trying to get that into major supermarkets and stuff here. And hey, if we can get it over into New Zealand as well, that'd be cool. So yeah, it's got to work on that. Run my own business.
Well, Pete agrees with you about doing the smart thing and getting the fuck off Twitter. It is very toxic. Yeah.
It's just it has gotten worse though. Like, it was a bit of fun for a few years, and then it's last 12 months or so. Yeah, it's just gotten really
since ABK, it's really cranked up. Yeah, and it just seems to be more and more PlayStation fans that are just toxic, and nasty, and being or nasty.
Our community's really taken it over the last month. So
our community's broken down a lot.
Yeah, and we've got to get that back on track. Elite, what about you? What's the reason you are now deleting the Elite version of the show?
After sort of Astray said that, I spoke to, then I approached you, Ed, and said, should we end the show anyway? Because Red's going off to do a podcast as well.
That's on Sundays, not
I don't know if you want to mention that.
Yeah, but continue. I'll talk about my bit,
All right, and I said, because, I mean, ideally, the times, there's so many, because as I said, there's so many podcasts going on right now on Fridays now. Fridays become like a hotbed for Xbox-centric podcasts, and I think there's just too many on the Fridays now. I mean, we've got this show, we've got Rands, we've got Dirt Cricketies with Sean, we've got C Money's got one, Sean. Boom's got one. Sean, I think, and then we've obviously got Umbra's one after this, and then we've got I think K Mega's got one as well. There's just a lot of podcasts all happening on Fridays.
You say you call them Umbra's.
Risk it. So there's just a lot, just too many podcasts, and also the times it's always happening on my Friday nights, and the missus was like, kept going, "No, you're going back upstairs, and not going to see you again." So, and we, because of our time, unlike a lot of podcasts,
honestly, why don't you just admit that she lets you off the leash for the show, and she's sick of doing it because you're really badly behaved when you're off leash, so you're going to be kept on leash permanently.
Well, she goes bed with my pillow. I'll give her one as well.
Yeah, just admit it. She's muzzling you.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ashtray. Just can't help myself. You're like, fuck it. What the fuck?
Bob said do a solo podcast. Well, what I'm going to do, what I've always wanted to do, is do, reaction videos. You know, people do those reaction, they watch a film and react to it. Yeah, I'm going to do that, but for anime, because none of them seem to do that, for anime and cartoons and stuff like that. So I'm going to watch those and do anime reaction things.
I've always heard they're cartoons.
Yeah. Cartoons.
Yeah.
Oh, cartoons.
No wonder no one's doing those
in the UK, they're called the English invented cartoons, so...
You guys invented the English language and you can't even speak it properly.
Yeah.
We're just essentially trolling each other on our last show. It's great. Yeah. A little disheartened hearing Ashtray was stepping back, but like he hasn't been as active as usual, so I knew something was up. And then Elite and I kind of just messaged each other in the background, but I am not going to be available every Saturday or Friday essentially, and so it was more just making sure that I wasn't putting any stress on the show around not always being there. So it's fair for me. But I will be there for my Sunday show. You know, I've made that an important priority over this one, Elite. Just letting you know. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, it's so I've still got the other show, which was with Retchery and Next Gen Nero, and that starts on the 16th of March, 7 p.m. Eastern, which is like the 17th of us. 17th for us over in, our side of the world. And so that's going to be starting there, and that's going to be each Sunday. So we're going to be doing a gaming podcast. So I won't be going anywhere, essentially. I'm just going to be on a different show and on a slightly different day. Yeah. I really need to get like a Delete Elite shirt. So I just need to keep that thing moving for the rest of its life. It's just fantastic.
I thought that Boba Fett about me creating my own company, Body Pillows. Humans like pillows shaped like humans, but people, full-size people.
The problem is
you can get those.
When he wants the models to test it out, he just rubs himself up against the pillow, and they're like, "We're out. Even the pillows don't want to be near."
And occasionally smuggle myself in one, send it to people's houses. Yeah, imagine it. They're lying in bed.
They're highly flammable, by the way.
Thank you, fuck you. He says, thank you guys for everything you've done and tried to make it work around your normal lives. It's been very much appreciated. We've actually had so much fun doing the show each week, laughing, just taking the piss out of each other, and then just going, that show was bloody messy. Can we get it together next week? No, we can't.
No. And honestly, we didn't really try.
No, it was fun just the way it organically sort of came out. You have fun when you're doing that.
Yeah. And for the fact that we're all on different time zones and countries and everything, it's worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job.
It'll free my Saturday mornings up now. But
you can have
it was a good fit for me as well. Yeah. Come off that week of news, although the news has been pretty messy lately. And then we'd have heaps to talk about. So
all right, well it's been fun. Let's get into a topic. We've been doing the show for a while and we haven't even started on any topic.
I know, right?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay.
We've only got 15 minutes left of the show. Right. So
continue.
Ransomware gang. A ransomware gang. These are not figures. What are they called? Smelly lizards. Was there a hacking group
smelly
called
lizards?
Something lizards? Yeah, what are they called?
Oh
what are they called?
Smelly lizards.
Jeez. There was a lizard group.
I don't know.
That go around hacking a while back.
But it's not them.
Oh, anyway, ransomware gang claims to have hacked nearly 2 billion or 200 gigabytes of Epic Games' internal data. Update. Epic has responded saying there is currently zero evidence the claims are legit. Though we had this kind of thing before, didn't we? When it happened to someone, didn't it? And they said, yeah, they've not really done it. And then they disclosed all that information, didn't they? Who was that recently that got hacked?
Is
that GTA, wasn't it?
An Insomniac.
Insomniac.
It was
I thought GTA as well, wasn't it?
Oh, Rockstar.
Yeah. And Rockstar as well, wasn't it?
They had a hack,
because that
didn't
boy
they?
showed it on his TV, didn't he?
Microsoft also had it. Microsoft also got hacked recently.
They did, but that wasn't a widespread one.
No, that wasn't,
was
and
just
it wasn't
upper
the
management.
gaming side, I think, either. But yeah.
No, wasn't. So, as reported by Cyber Daily, the gang, which goes by the name of Mogilevich, posted a message on its darknet leak site, giving more information to its claimed leak. And we have quietly carried out an attack on Epic. Why would we have quietly carried out an attack on Epic Games? And if it's quietly a quiet attack, why have you announced it then?
Yeah,
because they didn't notice it, and they're like, "Fuck, these guys didn't notice it. We took this out months ago. We need to announce
Let's
this.
tell them that. Let's tell them that they didn't notice
We
it.
have done this. You need to investigate."
We done this. Yeah, it's almost as if they want to claim for it. Yeah, we did it. It
was us.
Yeah. We're investigating, but there is currently zero evidence that the claims are legit. Or you won't know until I suppose they show stuff, will they? I guess.
Yeah. So what they said.
Yeah, but usually I think there's signs.
No, they are asking for only 15k. The closest thing we have seen is responses to it where they allegedly asked 15k. It doesn't seem very much.
No.
If you've got 200 gigabytes of data.
Stolen email, passwords, full names, payment information, source code, and more. Yeah.
Yeah. You'd be asking for more than 15k, wouldn't you? So that's got to be done by a kid or kids.
Yeah.
That don't really. Yeah. So it could be made up. I mean, why would you only ask for 15k? That's not a lot of money. Especially if you got that kind of information.
I mean,
that's only really excited.
It's still concerning, though, how much information we give these people. So you really hope that they are doing as much as they can around cybersecurity. And I think it's just more around that reminder, like, look after yourself. And I always have, like, a dummy email account that I use for everything that's not specifically related to my personal life. So that anything that I do in that space, nothing's going to happen to all my actual details. Yeah. Be smart.
Yeah. Let's be honest though, Insomniac was silly going with Sony anyway because Sony are always getting hacked.
Elite's not very good with technology. He didn't understand what two-factor authentication was. He thought it was two-finger authentication. So
that usually gets me in anyway.
Password unlocked.
Boom.
What? Oh my god, the show. I'm so bad. I'm so bad.
That and a drink.
Two
two fingers drinking Rohypnol. Get me anywhere.
No.
You're still going to get arrested, man.
No joking like that. No joking like that. It's not funny.
I'm sorry.
Call you Bill Cosby.
Yeah. What happened to him?
Fuck you said the hacking group got banned from a hacking forum as they didn't show proof that they did it.
Yeah, if there's no proof that
Imagine that. Is there a hacking forum? There's actually a hacking forum where all the hackers go and be secret.
Of course there is.
Yeah.
Why don't no one hack the hacking forum and just find out who they are?
I'm sure the authorities and people at EA are looking at their IP addresses now. Yeah. Even if you've got VPN, they've got workarounds for that stuff. Yeah, they've
got stuff for that. Yep.
That's how they get caught. Or agrees with me. Yeah, it seems to be ridiculous. There's a hacking forum. I could just go on it and go, it's just saying, I'm not going into that. It sounds ridiculous. Why would you have a...
How do you reckon they share
defeats the whole point of being sort of secretive, though, doesn't it? But you don't know who you're sharing them with, though, do you? You could be sharing with the police.
You probably are in many cases, yeah. How do you reckon they catch pedos and stuff?
Well, yeah. Well,
same thing.
You'd certainly be cool if you're in a forum, really, don't you?
And they usually are.
Posting this shit.
Yeah.
God. World's full of idiots.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. I got Twitter as evidence of that.
When you enter a competition online, that's that. They get all your details, including IP addresses and stuff. So your information's out there anyway, regardless.
Yeah.
Pyro said, talking about, like,
true story.
Speaking of popularity, Chaos Lounge just went live. Yeah.
Another podcast, fuck. See, there you go.
Yeah, another one.
I watched the Chaos Lounge content.
There's just 2 minutes.
Quite interesting. Some of his stuff is pretty... other times it's good. Okay. All right. Well, anything else you want to add to that? No?
Not really. I mean, again, we'll just have to wait and see to if it's true or not. Epic will have to disclose it if it is true, if they find that there has been a breach. So we'll just wait and see. But 15K sounds pretty low.
But as I said, the breakdown, they didn't believe recent threats like Insomniac and that, and then they didn't pay them the money, and then they just released all the information. But 15K, as you said, doesn't sound.
2 million?
It sounds a bit. They're for 2 million, yeah. Whereas these guys have after 15 grand. There's 2 million, which is probably too much, but then 15 grand is too little. And we ignore that as well. Go somewhere in between, guys. Yeah. 500K. It sounds a bit plausible.
$592,654.
Well, Insomniac paid for not.
Yeah, the price of Spider-Man 2
by $2 million hack by losing some employees to. No, I'm sorry. I jest. It's not funny to make people have lost their jobs. I'm sorry. Yeah.
We're making a lot of disgusting jokes today.
As opposed to any other day.
Yeah.
He's not here, so we're just being ruthless.
Any other day,
we'll be on our best behaviour when he arrives. Okay.
Yeah, we'll be good when he's here.
Two-finger looking good authentication, Pyro.
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
Gotta keep him clean. Gotta keep him clean afterwards.
Sounds like a KFC authentication.
Ashtrey's fingers taste of vanilla.
Can we pick vanilla. A topic? Any topic? Just something.
Vanilla fingers. That's what they call him, vanilla.
Anyway, moving on. Toys for Bob becoming independent. That was a bit of a shock. I don't think anyone was expecting that to come up. But hey, news has been crazy about everything lately, hasn't it?
Toys for Bob.
Oh.
Toys for Bob.
Yeah.
So they announced that they want to part ways from Activision, and Activision is obviously now owned by Microsoft/Xbox. My question to you guys was, do they take that IP with them, or does Activision own that IP? And does anyone actually know legitimately?
Know. Anyone in the chat?
Yes,
know?
Me.
You sure?
But... Yeah, me. Hello, me.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you.
Right.
Where's the evidence?
I wrote in the chat, me. Oh, you're listening to it. I believe when Activision bought all, they bought their own all the IPs. When they bought Activision owned all these IPs, don't they? And so Xbox own the IPs. So even if the studio moves on, Xbox still own the IPs. It would be this same. Yes, as Varenkai Spy said, Microsoft took the IP. It's the same situation as things like Helldivers, I believe. Sony own the IP to that, I believe, don't they? Or what's another game? There's other games.
They just published it.
Still.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think in doing so, they also purchased the IP. Like Death Stranding, I think Sony might own the IP. That's the whole thing about this whole first party. That's why they claim the game's a first party, because they own the IP. But I believe that this makes it a game first party because you own the IP, because Microsoft own the IP to Rise, don't they? Rise Son of Rome and Quantum, but don't own the studios. That's another example.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, and, so I think this would be the same example.
Is it the same as them owning the IP for Sunset Overdrive? Does Microsoft own that IP?
No, I think they gave it back.
They did though originally.
Yeah,
they did originally own it, but they've given it back.
I didn't like that game anyway.
Yeah, anyway, what are your thoughts?
Well,
what does this mean for Toys?
Everyone thought it was trash.
What does it mean? What are your thoughts around what it means for Toys for Bob moving forward, leaving Microsoft? Because they've also announced that they're in talks around still doing a partnership with Microsoft, following them becoming an independent studio. Because they basically got sidelined to be a support studio for making COD, and so I think that's understandable why they wanted to go indie. And they just lost 86 staff members through the layoffs, through the through Microsoft layoffs?
I'm glad you brought that up, Red, because it'll be interesting to see now that they're independent whether they bring those people back into their business.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Which would be good. I mean, I don't know if they need them or if they've got the money to bring them back in, but that might bring back some jobs, which would be good. I think being independent is probably better for them. They thought, you know what, even though we're under Microsoft, it doesn't mean that we're safe. We want to run our own future. And I think the collaboration or partnership with Xbox might be to make those IPs. I still think if they do anyway, Spyro and Crash Bandicoot, I still think Microsoft would make those available on every platform. I don't think they'd keep them exclusive.
Yeah, I reckon they would.
Personally.
Yeah. I don't think they should, because I don't think they'd make much money exclusive. I think they're like, sort of like the Ratchet and Clanks.
Games,
they would benefit. Ratchet and Clank would be another game that benefit, because it doesn't sell much. They're not great games, they don't sell very much. And I think that would be another game that would benefit Sony from being multi-plat. And I think really would. Microsoft would do the same with these games. These games wouldn't be that big, I think, exclusive. So yeah, I reckon they would, and then PlayStation fans would be jumping on it. But yeah, it deserves to be multi-plat. They're not that big games to bring in the content. Yeah, but yeah, I've got to say, nuts. Yeah.
I think it just goes, like, if we're looking at it as a whole, they lost quite a few bits of stuff. They were sort of relegated to a COD support studio. They were under the thumb of Activision in that respect, and this is a good opportunity for them to go out and stand on their own 2 feet, potentially hire those 86 staff back. But it might have been a good way of also Microsoft saving some on the bottom line as well. So when you look at it that way. But it's interesting because when you read the blog post that they put up, there's no mention of what's happening with the IP, but they are saying they're working on something at the moment, and they are talking about a potential partnership with Microsoft. What that looks like, who knows? But I think I don't think they necessarily were ever going to make toys for board games if they did another Crash Bandicoot or anything like that exclusives. I think those were always going to be multi-plat, but this now gives that confirmation that the games that Toys for Bob make in future will be multi-plat in order for them to stay sustainable and solvent within the market. Because we're going to be talking about this throughout the day, throughout this show, about sort of what's happening within the gaming industry as a whole, because it isn't healthy right now, and there are a lot of people concerned, and it's on all sides, and as a community we've become really divided and put our camps up, and we're all just being toxic as fuck, to be honest, and I'm just sick of it. But congratulations. I think kudos to going independent and standing on your own 2 feet. Kudos to not making COD games now. I really just want to see what they're going to make next. I think it's important that we do have some people who do stand on their own 2 feet and try to make it. They've got that establishment of games they've made in the past. So they've got that pedigree there, and that might be easier around going to places around distribution, or can you publish this game? And it might be that Microsoft just helps with publishing, who knows? Yeah. But it's going to be really interesting to see what happens,
Yeah. When it comes to this kind of thing, do they have to sort of pay their way out? Is that how it works?
No idea.
Because what's that Saber Interactive, they had to pay to get out of Embracer. So I'm assuming this would be the same kind of thing, unless they just...
Oh, King's here. He said, "Let me in."
Just tell him there's the link in his Twitter that I sent him.
All right, that means once he's in,
you should just need to click on that and come straight in.
Yeah, we're just in the general chat. Okay, that reminds me. I'll move over and fix something else.
While we're trying to get King in, guys, just hit that like button, share it out. Try and
in
get
his
some
Twitter
more people
or
in
Discord.
Here. No, his Twitter. I sent it to his DM'd him on Twitter.
He DM'd him on Twitter to give him the Discord link.
The Discord link,
Twitter.
Twitter.
Let me in.
Yeah. So, how many people we got in here at the moment? What do we got? About 19 people. Yeah. Nice.
Right. Noise.
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 Moist. Oh,
noise.
What? You weren't saying moist? Oh,
oh, he said read my Twitter. Oh, sorry. He said read my Twitter. That's my Jimmy Savile.
What's his Twitter say?
I don't see the invite on Discord. I'm here.
Just send the invite.
He's been
Discord. Okay.
Right. Well, you'll do it that way because I can't do it because of what I'm.
All right, yeah, go on.
With our cameras.
I'm about to run out of battery on my phone. Yeah, can someone send it to him via this then?
Yeah, I'll work it out.
It's the
Copied.
Countdown. Let me in. Usually I say let me out, but it's gonna be interesting. Rolls out the red carpet for our king. We're trying. Elite just.
Oh, King jumps in here. Please sub out. Please sub and share this out, please. So get some more people in here for the last ever show.
The show of Rooney.
Got to fix this mic. Keeps echoing. What happened there? Something happening.
Okay.
Did you? Someone sent it to him. What's happened? Oh,
I need to find him on Discord.
Feedback then.
It's fine, Elite. Do not worry. We're sorting it for you.
Yeah, sort it. We're sorting it, King.
And this is I'm looking forward to seeing how your show, like your episodic playthrough shows with Jen are gonna go, Elite. I'm really excited to watch those.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might even dress up as my character and do a voice.
Oh, yeah. What's your character?
Well, I'm gonna play a ranger. He's an elf, wood elf ranger named Crow. And I'm thinking I might have to do a little silly voice for him. No.
Can't find him on Discord.
Oh, on Discord?
Yeah.
What is he called? Oh shit! I'm back to that thingy.
We'll figure it out.
All right.
How do you do search people? Why is that?
For some reason it doesn't just find people when you search their names.
I know the search on this is shit. Yeah, it's shit.
Yeah.
Right. Bear with us, King. We're looking for you. Let me tell that in. I can only search for.
King David OTW. All right.
Right.
Find that. Where's Red gone?
I'm around. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to talk?
Normally you just fill in the
I fill in the noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, fill in the void.
Okay.
Yeah. Just talk about your cat again. Where we get this? Why the men get?
I'm trying to do the work that other people are struggling to do. Anyway, laughing your ass off. Please do, King. I have no idea what. This is why I just throw my towel in the ring. I'm done with. No.
Stop it.
I've sent a Discord message. You're not getting that. I've sent it. Oh, that's weird.
Oh, I sent
I've typed it in. It's not coming up for some reason in the search.
No, I found him and I sent the invoice. Invite.
Strange.
Oh, here we go. Wave. Okay.
Right. It said invite. Yeah, I'll send it.
I'll do it. It's okay.
Let me try sending the thing via Twitter then.
All my searches
found him.
Empty
So I found him.
Well, add him to the channel.
Mine.
I flicked him an invite. It's okay. I'll do all the work. It's fine.
No,
I found him
no idea
instantly.
why it's not working.
Sup, players? From Technos.
My searches come up with nothing for some reason. There we go. He's joined.
We need to ask, did he join off my invite?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because no one else could figure it out but me.
Thank God. I was sitting here like, please, I'm here. Let me.
I know. It was trying. It wasn't
so
working
I
for
can
us.
get us so we're all up on. Okay.
All right.
Let
me mute my phone. All right. I do apologize. I had a pet emergency.
I understand. I had a pet emergency like a week and a half ago, so I definitely get it.
Well, she has a terrible case of mange. And yeah, it's like out of control. So she was treated last month, and I'm sitting there, I'm looking at her like, boo boo, I don't think you're getting better. And I called, and her vet happened to be on call. She was there. She was like, bring her in at 4. And I'm like, okay, cool. And for that split moment, I forgot. So when you text me and you was like, "Yo, what's up? Yeah, we're going live in 20 minutes." I'm sitting right in front of the vet, like. So I said, I'll be right there. I'll be right there. And
it's great to show you.
Yeah,
we're all pet lovers, so.
Yeah. So, and the real problem is, I have a Frenchie. Well, that's the Boston Terrier. That's in peril. I have a Frenchie, and I looked at the Frenchie, and I'm like, come here, let me check you. And I'm seeing if she has signs of it. So I have to buy neck guard for both, just to be over precautious. Because it's not transferable to humans, but it's transferable to pets.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Shivers.
Yeah. That is absolutely crazy. So $200 like that. Bye. But thank God I do have pet insurance, so they give me back 80% of that. And and I do have the veterinary on call, and it's pretty close to me, like around 8 miles away. So I was able to get in and get out.
Nice, man, nice. Hey, we don't have you on camera.
Oh, sorry. I thought my camera was on. I do apologize.
That's
okay.
Right.
Now that's the reason why. Why? Because the camera hates me. Nope, that's my camera. Let me unplug it and fix it. It updates, and Discord hates me terribly.
Discord.
I take it you guys don't usually use Discord on your show?
Never. I use Discord on my show. So, and the only reason why I use Discord on my show is because I drag people over from the waiting room.
Yep.
And it's a whole lot easier that way. Now let's see if this.
There we go.
So this whole time I'm talking to you, I'm thinking I was on, and I wasn't. It's just been one of those days. I do apologize.
What do you use, StreamYard then?
Well, we use Zoom. Because we have overlays. We're kind of antiquated in the sense that we built such a foundation there, and to switch everything over, it's going to be a real hassle. But at some point, we're going to, when I get a chance to look at the intro, do a new intro, do the new overlay. We just did something to the overlay because we got sponsored by NZXT. So we embedded them into our overlay. Man, they sent us some hell of a PCs. Boy, I'm talking about some serious rigs. Those guys are fantastic over there. So.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Yeah, the Starfield rigs. So you already know. I was like super ecstatic. Like
have some of that.
Yeah. So
for sure, really man. Cool for stuff. Sure. Hey,
so let me tweet this out. Well, I did tweet it out earlier, but I gotta tell people to get over here right now.
Absolutely, man. We were just talking about Toys for Bob and them separating from Xbox.
I think it's good.
I do too.
I think you know what? To be honest with you, I think it's strategic.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I said.
And it's strategic in the sense that, remember all the uproar that they was having like a week before when Toys for Bob, they was moving them to a remote location and they was putting them to a different facility, and everybody was like, oh, they're closing Toys for Bob, oh, this is BS, and that was that, and that conversation died down. And then this week they split from Microsoft. I believe that Microsoft saw third-party games being an issue for the community right now. They're not ready for it, right?
Yeah.
So they purchased ABK to get the IPs, ideally, right? The talent. is not to say is not necessary, is a huge talent pool, being that the industry has laid off 10,000 people from last year. So there is jobs to be filled if there's jobs needed. There are people to fill those jobs. And the industry just laid off another 8,000 so far this 2 months that we have, right?
Yeah.
So you said 18,000 people are looking for work in this industry. Now, with that being said, take the IPs, let Bob stay independent, you come out clean, and then Bob signs a contract with you where they can make a third-party game, and they're not looked at as the bad guy. Microsoft looks clean because we let Bob stay intact. We just kept the IPs, and then they came back and worked with Microsoft, and then they could put those games third-party with Microsoft staying away from the stink of being a third-party developer, which they actually are.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I expected those IPs from Toys of Bob to be multi-platform anyway, but yeah, if it's going to prevent people having a big cry, then makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because the backlash that Microsoft was receiving for a lot of the stuff that's happened is unjust, right? In the sense that the same backlash is not done to PlayStation or Nintendo. Well, Nintendo, we really don't know at all anything. And they're really good at keeping everything hush hush. Sony used to be good at that, but right now you could see some of developers are speaking out of the mistreatment. Some of the developers are complaining that other people that's in the industry aren't reporting the same way like they report on Xbox, and they're calling out the hypocrisy that they're seeing in the industry. And it needs to be talked about because these are individuals that put their lives on hold for these games. They sequester themselves for 6 to 8 months away at a time, away from their family, away from baseball games with kids, picking them up, taking them off. And usually that secondary parent that's there is usually taking the brunt of the child rearing and the chores and stuff around the house or whatever that needs to be, with the other person really, locked down at work. You hear about crunch, you hear about all these stuff that's going on. So that's not a healthy environment. And they do that with disregard to those individuals. And then to go there after they produce great products and then still close them down because you had poor mismanagement, but that's not being called out by the industry. It's the level of hypocrisy is ridiculous. And people don't understand the reason why we yell out Xbox tax. We yell out Xbox tax because we see what's going on, and these individuals are not pointing it out. Just be fair across the boards. That's all that's everybody's asking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Xbox has never been in a positive light with the media. We've been calling out that there's been a double standard forever. A lot of people, including people in the Xbox community, denied it. And it really just all the floodgates opened in the last sort of 12 months, 6 months even, since the ABK deal, I guess, really was the start of it, to bring it to the forefront and actually make it as obvious as it could possibly get. And the media's still not hiding away from it at all. They're actually probably doubling down, if anything.
They wouldn't, because they are actually watching the mortality of their favorite platform. Everybody thinks that I hate PlayStation. I wouldn't buy all the PlayStation products if I hated PlayStation. That infantile level of mentality doesn't work with me. What I do see is where I purchase stocks or I look at health of companies and I see the overall health isn't well. And when I point it out, it's hard for somebody that's playing Final Fantasy Rebirth right now to hear PlayStation, it could go away. Like, get out of here. You're out of your mind. My friends have it. I have it. We're playing games right now. Now, I say this to say, I was the same individual that brought E.T. on Atari. I saved up. I was packing bags, and I saved up $50, and I went and I purchased this game from Crazy Eddie down on 3rd Avenue. Purchased the game. The game sucked absolutely, dog crap. And, I went back to Crazy Eddie to try to give the game back and get something else. And when I went, and this was like a week later, we no longer carry Atari products. I said, you don't carry Atari products? What do you mean? I just brought this a week ago. There was a bin, I kid you not, with all the games for $1. The consoles was there for $10. Damn. Brand new in the box. And he said, "Kid, it's over." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" I got Pitfall Harry, I got Pole Position, I got all these games. Like, and as a child, you can't understand it because you're in it. Your world revolves around this. You're not looking at all the stuff now. So as an adult, we get a chance to hear and see things. We can make discerned choices, especially when it comes to commerce, because we have bills, children to look after, and everything like that. So when you're going to the store, your level of discernment is a whole lot different than a child's. The child cares about what's fun, and that's it. Your level of discernment is, what's the best I can get for my $1? Is this going to be around long enough for this kid to be satiated with no problems? And is it going to keep them occupied for a certain amount of time that you have cut out for your life?
Yeah.
And if it doesn't fit those criterias, then it's a fail. Now, if you see stuff like, well, they just laid off X amount of people and they just lost 10 billion in stock, and see what people think this is 10 billion in cash. No, this was 10 billion in stock. Completely different. All right. So that means shareholders lost $10 billion. That means the stock dropped, and whatever I had there, let's say they were just selling at $100, it went down to $80. I lost $20 a share. Now you put that to, let's say I got 4,000 or 5,000 shares, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Right? $20 a share, I'm in trouble. I got a problem. So you're looking at the overall health. You can't tell somebody that's playing a video game that only cares about the video game that their console is in trouble. And that's where the hypocrisy comes in. So a lot of these journalists made deals and back party, stuff, and they get a PlayStation game to review. They feel like they're a part of the elite of elite, and they want to keep that status. And that's where everything happens. So I just say it's not going to change until they actually go away and become an app. And it's quite possible that they will do that, because I think that that's stubborn, that they won't put their games on Xbox. They will just allow themselves to become an app, or be purchased by, I think is going to be the next. You said it too. Oh my God. I was saying that today. I swear to God, I was talking to Cognito today. I narrowed it down. I have a little white sheet, and I'm looking at the white sheet, and I put up the big three. The big three is Microsoft, Amazon, and Google. Those are the big three. And in there, I said, who's more likely to pull the trigger? Microsoft wouldn't pull the trigger because it just doesn't fit them. What it does fit, and it doesn't fit Amazon, because Amazon is going to try something different. It fits Google because they have the dead Stadia tech that they can leverage with Sony. The problem with Stadia wasn't the tech, it was their business model. And if you take Sony's business acronym and place it with that tech that can be run in a browser, that's a complete juggernaut. That's an automatic win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that keeps the PlayStation alive. Yeah. But through Google.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Google PlayStation? What? Incredible.
Yeah, it's most likely going to happen at some point anyway.
Well, it needs to.
Yeah.
It's just sad.
I'm sorry that I'm talking so much, but I'm trying to catch up for a long time.
We've been talking a lot non-stop before you got here, so you were perfectly fine. Yeah.
I was watching.
Good
Don't worry.
you were watching. Were you listeting to half the crap we were talking about?
Yeah, I was saying. I said I'm walking to the car. I'm in traffic. I'm coming.
The other issue Stadia had, though, real quick, was that they didn't have any content, and with the content they did have were old games trying to sell them for full price. That was the other problem as well.
And Game Pass came out and destroyed it.
I mean, Nintendo sells old games at full price anyway, and they seem to be doing
but Nintendo, they're on their own.
They're on their own. They're beating their own drum.
If they stay the way they are, they'll always just be around.
Yeah,
they've got no problem.
We're gonna have the Zelda 50th anniversary edition at some point.
Yeah, and it will sell because everybody wants Nintendo. Everybody feels safe with Nintendo.
I grew up with Nintendo. Yeah,
it's a weird thing that I was saying when the games are going to, PlayStation and Nintendo. those 4 games, and it's more than 4 games. People just really need to look at it. And well, I mean, it's currently is more than 4 games. Not even the more than 4 games later. Nobody really had a problem with Nintendo. It was just like, keep it off those other guys' side, because they were in court pointing it out, and it's because of them wearing all this hot crap. Like, if Sony would have just okay with the deal, honestly, and none of this FTC crap would have went down, and none of the FTC talking points, I honestly believe that Xbox guys would have just let bygones be bygones and just been like, it is what it is, whatever. But because Sony was in court snitching, Jim Ryan was doing all this, it took 2 years to get something done that could have been done already. We blame Sony for holding everything up.
Well, all the
we wanted Call of Duty and Game Pass.
All the information that came out, just the evidence showing that Sony had actually just made it a point to go after and really destroy Xbox, also pissed off a lot of the community. And it was just like, you're calling Xbox anti-competitive, you're calling them a monopoly, you're doing all of this, but Sony's the reason we're here today. If they had just wanted a healthy competition, and now as a result, all these situations that Sony has put themselves in through, I guess, partly under the leadership of Jim Ryan, with the amount of live service games now being axed, they're in a really bad position. And I guess no one could have seen what was going to happen with COVID at the end of 2019, because like PlayStation was making all these smaller acquisitions following Xbox making all these acquisitions. The difference is Xbox had a massive support in Microsoft and can get through those tough times, whereas PlayStation, Sony relies heavily on PlayStation around keeping them afloat through all the money coming in there. But they just can't ride it out the same way that Microsoft can. And that acquisition itself hurt them so much with ABK, because they lost all that weight and behind the Call of Duty side, because we knew that people would just go to PlayStation to get COD, and that was about it. They aren't buying games on PlayStation; they're exclusives.
Oh well, we found that out.
We knew that though.
Yeah, we knew that.
See, the thing is,
it going down around the attachment rate for their exclusives.
I can beg to differ on a couple of those parts, right? Well, Sony's DNA has been built on blocking the competition.
Yep.
That's from Nintendo to Sega to TurboGrafx, NEC. They put NEC out of business. They put and NEC was the biggest console manufacturer in Japan, software, Hudson Soft and all that stuff. They were the biggest in Japan. The PC Engine was huge. It was larger than Nintendo. It was larger than life. They put them out of business. They put Neo Geo out of business. They put Sega out of business. And not saying that these companies didn't have a hand in their own demise, but they did. But Sony helped them out greatly in getting rid of them. They tried to finish off Nintendo with their final. Exactly. No, they gave them the nudge. They pushed them over the edge. Like they was teetering.
You're digging your own hole. I'll help.
Yeah, right. Here you go. And all right, so
Sega didn't have the money to put it back out.
Yeah.
So the fact of the matter is that Sony understands how to write contracts.
Yes.
And they lock a lot of these guys into these contracts where it prohibits them to work with Xbox. And we always knew this, but everybody denied it. And, it was an open secret. Yes, that stuff is absolutely despicable. The fact that your 12 teraflop machine can't utilize its full capabilities because it has an underpowered 9 teraflop, well, what is it, 7 teraflop machine. 7 boosted to 9.2 because it's overclocked. Remember, I have a lot of jokes about it. It's a unstable box. So, this is Mark Cerny. Well, what we will do if you happen to need power, we will take from here, and then it will leverage. And you leverage the contract so Xbox can't look better than you in the streets. That's about it. Nothing else. It's an underpowered, unstable box, and that's why they need a pro. And if they actually make the Pro, that means there will be no PlayStation 6. I honestly believe that. And I don't care if they say it's in production. It's not in production. It's talked about. That's one thing. Design, research, and development is not the same thing as full-on production, ramping it up, getting it out the door. I've seen things die on the cut room floor years before it came out. I was actually sitting with Trip Hawkins. I was watching a whole bunch of stuff for the M2, the successor for the 3DO, before it came out, when he was sitting with investors, getting investors to put money in, took the money and ran, had our hopes high. It never came out. Vaporware is real, and companies that are dying look for everybody to pour money inside, and they can just say, oh, it didn't happen. Well, what about my investment? Oh, I'm sorry. That's what happens when you invest.
Yep. Too bad, so sad.
That's it.
Yep.
So, no, it's just Sony at this point, and not to bag on Sony, because there are people there that we have relationships with that are good people. I don't like the business practices, right? The business practices there has to change, especially in 2024. Right now, we're seeing that everybody needs to either be multi-plat or not, and at the detriment of yourself. Let's say Helldivers, and somebody's going to say, I'm port begging for Helldivers. Actually, I haven't played it. I don't care. It looks like a bootleg Destiny to me. But my whole idea, Destiny without the powers.
Outriders.
Exactly. Outriders without the powers. It's just a powerless game. If I want to go to the army, I will join it. Anyway, Starship Troopers, the game. Hello. So, this is ridiculous.
It's been toxic.
It's actually true. But the problem is, a game of service, in order for it to actually reach its fullest potential, it needs to be on as many platforms as possible to garner as much interest, to gain as much revenue. If you're playing the exclusivity game with a game of service, you're killing yourself off. That's why Sea of Thieves needs to be everywhere. That's why games of service need to be everywhere. And the reason why I think Sea of Thieves is over there is because of Skull and Bones. Honestly, Skull and Bones is everywhere. They can't have that level of competition. Before, there was an item of one inside that marketplace. Skull and Bones comes out there. Oh, somebody's in our space, and it might be a little bit better. This is new, fresh. We need to be someplace else.
Makes sense.
But it's not better. You played it. It's awful.
I like, you know what I like about it? I like the customizations of the characters. I think the characters look fantastic. I think they capture the Caribbean. I think the dialogue, the language is really good. But other than that, they have to work on it. The same thing with Sea of Thieves when it first came out. They had to work on it. Yeah. All I was doing was slave dancing on the ship. That was it. So until now, they got a whole bunch of stuff that I was able to do. Like, was able to do the Jack Sparrow stuff and missions and go to excluded islands, and they had time to flesh it out. And I think Game Pass helps facilitate that stuff. Whereas this thing, charging $70, that's a death nail for that thing. That thing should have been inside their service day one. It should have been free to play, honestly, but they don't want to attach loot boxes. Yes. But they have to make money back because of the deal that they made. I think they said with the Philippines or whatever that they made with them to give portions of that money to them or something. I don't know. But
because they
stuff like that happens.
Something, didn't they?
Yeah, they put a boatload of cash into that stuff.
Knock the price down. $70 doesn't. I know, because you look through and you see how many Ubisoft teams were involved in the creation of that game, and it is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. All over the world, they all had a hand in this game, and I know they're trying to make money back on it, but we're in an environment where people just don't have $70 lying around unless the game talks to them. Everyone else is vying for attention. The game has to really jump in and do something new or have hype behind it. And it hasn't had hype because they kept delaying, and people kept talking about how they didn't enjoy the beta and so on and such of that game. And so they kept going back to the drawing board to kind of improve or iterate on different aspects of the game and add things in. And we're at this point where I think a lot of people just didn't care about it as much as they should have. It lost a lot of its steam as a result. And we've got other things to play. Yeah.
Like, see, the thing with that is we don't have the bandwidth to keep playing a bunch of multi-service games. Like, I play Fortnite daily. I do not skip a day. It's like I don't skip leg day. Like, yeah.
Have you tried finals?
No.
Have you? You should try that.
Everybody keeps Fortnite. Everybody keeps telling me try finals. Everybody keeps telling me try Hawks. The problem is, and this is the problem, I'm part of Fortnite crew. So the battle pass hits me, and then there's a skin there that I have to get, and I'm trying to finish out this season's mini season pass that's inside, and then I have play dates. Yeah, I have play dates, people. I don't give a damn. But the thing is, when your friends is on, you start off, you say, listen, I'm going to do 2 games and I'm out. I got stuff that I have to do. I got to make these videos. And if any of y'all ever realize if a video of mine doesn't come out at 8 o'clock, it was because I was playing Fortnite. All right. Honestly, just real talk. And I got on a roll. And if you get on a roll and you get a couple of crown victories, you do not want to stop.
Yep.
I don't have the bandwidth to go figure out another working game and a model and build up another fan base or friends. And it's very cool. It felt like Cheers to me. Like when I come in, my friends was like, hey, let's join in. Let's go do some stuff.
And a community built there, right? Yeah. To start fresh. It's not always nice to start fresh and then it's an interesting
it's not. No. It's like going to a new school. Yep. I don't know how many of y'all like to go to a new school, but think about it this way. When you walk into the classroom and they got to introduce you to the class and then somebody got to snicker about your name, like, what's wrong with my name? That's not even funny. Or you got to go to the lunchroom and you got to sit at a table, but there's nobody wants you to sit at their table. Just think about it just like that. I'm not starting over. I already got my friends. I'm captain of the football team. To hell with that. I'm not leaving. I like this school.
It's why they were talking about how gamers, from what they're seeing, is like tending to kind of stick with established IPs and such. Because it's like coming home. You know what to expect. You know the lore. You know the environment. And it's always a gamble. Is a game worth my time? How much time do I put into a game to determine if it's worth my time or money? And we're in an economy where every dollar counts, and we don't have money just to be trying everything. And that's what I love about Game Pass, is testing it. Do I like the game enough? If I do, then I'll put money down. If I don't, then I uninstall it, and I don't have to look at it ever again.
That's right. The ugly duckling needs to go sit in the corner, because at no point in time do I need to give it any attention. Yep. But if you send stuff like Dead Island 2,
yes.
Oh my God, the brutality in that game is so wonderful. I said, this game is amazing. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. AAA game. It was worth the wait. And the fact that it's inside Game Pass, and I'm glad it dropped on the day that the 4 games was announced and was going over there, because there was a lot of mustard hearts that was running around in the street screaming doom and gloom. And the fact of the matter is, it really did nothing change for you. Nothing at all. And actually, you're really a whole lot safer. I think Microsoft is trading somewhere at $200, 200 plus, and they haven't had a dip in not too long. We say probably like a 2% dip, maybe here or there. But the fact that they signed that big deal with Intel and OpenAI is like bedroom buddies with them, and AI is hitting a whole different high note at this point in time. And Windows 12 has AI embedded in it. There's too many layers for you to lose. And to look at that and say Xbox, the brand, is top 2, if not 3, inside their money earning catalog, leaves you a level of security that you don't have to worry about. And some people may say that PlayStation is the top earner in Sony. I'm going to beg to differ, because if they have a hit movie and stuff like that, that changes and tilts from here to there. What PlayStation does do is they bring in a steady revenue, but that steady revenue has been eroding. If you look at recent numbers, they sell a lot of consoles, but they don't make a lot of profit. And they usually make the profit on the back end off of the software, but the software is selling at the rate that they expect it to, because they don't have an attach rate. The attach rate is something like 1 game per console. Now, if that one game is a multiplayer game, they actually lose a little bit of revenue when it goes to that. But let's say they do put out a God of War usually God of War is going to go sell to the same 5 million people that's purchasing, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe you get a couple of peripheral people that have their PlayStation under the console that has been sitting there collecting dust, waiting for the next big title that everybody's talking about. There's a percentage in there where that can actually happen, but that's not an ongoing reoccurrence of cash. When you have a single player game, it's one and done, and there's no reoccurrence. Microsoft built their DNA on multiplayer, reoccurring cash. Sony built themselves on single player, and there's no reoccurring cash. So it's a dead purchase. Once you purchase The Last of Us, it's a dead purchase. So you can do a remaster to get the money that you didn't make, and then you can do a remake to get the money that you didn't make from the remaster. So you see the flawed logic in Sony's business model. That's not sustainable. Game Pass is sustainable because what you want to get is people locked in their ecosystem, and they, like, let's say you gave up Game Pass last month and Dead Island came out. Oh, I got to get it back in.
I could get it for $1 now in New Zealand.
And there's people that only buy 2 or 3 games a year, and Game Pass will, for that year will be those 2-3 games. So they're getting that constant drip feed of money, and in many cases, or a lot of cases, there's going to be that money that people, because it's only what, $15, so they're like, oh well, whatever, I'll just let that come out of my account. It's not a big deal, and they're actually spending more than they normally would as well.
Of course, actually.
You've got I guess a blossoming, gaming community inside Xbox and PC around with Game Pass, around the fact that yes, you go play your AAA or those big IPs that you know are exclusive, but in between that, you have so much choice around what you can play in between that. You can go play the indie games or other games coming through Game Pass, or you could go stick to what you want to do with your friends, COD, Fortnite, all those massive live service games, whereas on PlayStation side, they don't really have that. They go by those exclusives, and then what are they doing? Playing COD and that in between. They're not really trying other games, and they're really stagnating as a gamer themselves in that community because they're not experiencing new experiences, and then they get so focused on a very specific type of game that's all they want, and so they're only focused on graphics, they're only focused on story-driven games. The casuals aren't really the attachment rate there. They're only playing COD and they're only playing Fortnite and others live service games, Minecraft or Apex Legends, Roblox, but they're not diversifying themselves, and then they're not interested in other games coming out, and other games are really failing as a result.
You know what I think the bigger problem with Sony's online services is the fact that they don't have day and date.
Yes.
And I'm going to give a case if Sony's
even
listening.
Like a 6 month delay, like EA Play.
That's absolutely crap. Okay. So as a console manufacturer, what you need to do, and this is why the business model will actually work for Sony. I sat there because they hit me with $74 charge a couple of days ago, or re-up my subscription. I didn't want it. I didn't even put my credit card on it. I don't even know how they did it. I was talking to COG and I'm like, what the hell happened? The thing is, they don't have value in their service. I think your exclusives is your value. Don't tell me exclusive 6 months down the line. My FOMO is now, right? My FOMO is right now. So if everybody's playing now, this is when you're supposed to make it happen. Now, you drop the game in there. Don't fear that your game won't sell. But see, Sony makes more money off of cash exchanges than they do off of services. This is the problem. They are afraid to make the leap. If they take their service, put their games day and date in their service, the games are still going to sell the same. But what you did was you added value to your service. So they just raised their service by $40 for no absolute reason. Didn't put anything inside their service. That was egregious. That's anti-consumer in my opinion. The only thing that you did and said that you was going to add movies to it. If we want to watch movies, we have Netflix and stuff like that that's on your service. We have YouTube. We have Tubi. We have different things that we want to watch movies. We don't need a gaming service to offer us movies. What we need is a gaming service to offer us the value in games, right?
Yes.
So you add it there, and that way you show value in your service. Now, they did have some games in there that are intriguing. I would have said that PlayStation VR, make every game inside PlayStation VR free. inside this service. If you have a PlayStation VR, every game in here is free. It's a niche headset. Not all your fan base is going to buy it, but if your fan base knows, yo, got like 40, 50 games in there for free, I'm going to buy this headset. This costs more than the console. You know, because they could pick up a console secondhand or on sale, and then they can just put on the VR and have all these wonderful games. You're going to sell a boatload of VR games, but this is where the stubbornness comes in, and they will cut off their nose to spite their face, and I know they're absolutely stubborn. They will open it up to PC before they do this sound strategy and still offer those games at a discount to be purchased. But you don't have to worry about the after purchase sale because you already got them locked into your service.
Yeah, it's that.
And that reoccurring dollar is going to keep happening.
Yeah.
But you got to play the long game. You can't play the short game. Sometimes short money isn't good. Long money is the money that you're looking for. I'm telling you, young kids, right now. All right, you see this? Understand what I'm trying to explain to you. You want to build equity, right? Equity is when you purchase something and it grows in value. Depreciation assets like cars and stuff like that, that's not good. House, property, jewelry, that stuff actually works. It grows later on. So these are the stuff that you want to put your money into. Sony is wanting to buy cars, i.e. that's why they had a car on stage and telling you to buy cars. But if they were smart, they would have invested in AI, something that's actually going to grow in the future, like a house, and there will be safe. They wouldn't be having all these cuts across the boards. Just a little, economics for you guys that are watching.
Nice.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. Elite,
so I was going to say that I was just going to jump in. Do you want to risk it down a super chat? Thanks, risk it for the $2.99 Australian dollars super chat. No matter what, I'll be Xbox till I or it dies.
Yes.
I don't think Xbox as a brand will die anytime soon. I think the console, they're going to probably fade away from it, I'd imagine. But
do you know what? I
not
think
this generation or next generation.
I don't think they're going to get rid of the console at all. I think they're going to make it more like a PC, and I reckon they're going to offer Game Pass and Steam. On the box. And it'll be an entry level.
Okay.
Entry level.
All consoles,
hybrid PC console.
All consoles are going to go. All consoles is going to go.
Yeah.
What you're going to have is that little handheld tablet, Switch-like thing that you can dock. Everybody saw, and I don't know why it took Steam Deck and ROG and these other handhelds to do it. Well, actually, Nintendo lost, the patent had to go up after a couple amount of years. They only get to hold the patent for so long. And then the patent goes up and the form factor and all that stuff can be copied and used. That's the reason why they can look like a Switch later on. So when that happened, they get a chance to see, okay, they're making money. They're doing this. Okay, this is the analytics on this. This is why Microsoft partnered with G Cloud, partnered with ROG. They were at their stages. They were pushing this because they knew that, let's see the metrics on it when it comes back. Do people engage in Game Pass through these devices? Or these devices a conduit into bringing more people in? And they get the analytics back off of that and say, okay, now this is a viable thing that we can do. We can get away from a traditional console that's under the television because we understand Nintendo makes that happen. And in certain parts of the world, this thing is way better than trying to sell a console. And you're still in the console business because you still have your storefront right there in your handheld device. And your handheld device is as powerful. That Steam Deck is kind of crazy. And my ROG is more powerful than my Series S. That machine is a beast. So when you plug it up to your television, which I do mainly most of the time, that stuff looks fantastic. That's what they're all looking for. That's the end game. Smaller, more portable, more versatile, less cumbersome, and has the ability to tell you you're still getting a console. You still have something physical, opposed to you just having an app.
Yeah. That's what we spoke about briefly in our last episode. We said more or less the same thing. We said that we think Xbox will go down. There'll be a little portable sort of console that'll be like a Steam Deck. But we also said there might be a more powerful console, which is more like a hybrid of a PC.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they can, which would be completely compatible with PC. It'd be just, it'd be more or less a PC.
One version of the game. There wouldn't be a PC
that'd be the last
version.
That'll be the last one, the one in 2026. That'll be the last one. You got to look at our technologically leaps and bounds, what happens to us as a society, right?
Yeah.
My cell phone, I was one of those people that had a briefcase. I had a steel briefcase with a cell phone in it. And the thing, I thought it was a space satellite, and I actually walked around with it. When I had my BMW, the phone actually had a cord on it, if anybody remembers that BMW. Yeah. So to have this thing that is probably more powerful than one of the PCs that I got in my house to take pictures, to do everything. Something, if I would have shown 20-year-old me this thing, I swear to God, I would have thought I was an alien, right? So you got to look at how the tech is growing leaps and bounds. And by 2028, do you really want a console up under your television when space is going to become a premium? When right now the square footage in your house is growing in value by leaps and bounds? It's not going to be cost effective. Space is a premium.
Well, Blockbuster died off, and now we're going to get discs are dying now, aren't they? Let's be honest. So it's a digital. We're in a digital era now. We're all going digital, and people just got to catch up and face up to. I mean, everyone's doing it. The world's doing it. Everything's going digital. I walk into a shop now, and people won't serve me now. I'm just doing it myself. You're ordering parcels. You're not going to shops. You're just doing everything online.
Cash is basically dead in my country.
Digital.
No one has cash.
It is.
All we do is just pay
everyone's card. Yeah,
they're trying to outlaw cash because they can digitally track everything that you do. I mean, I'm absolutely opposed to that because I'm a cash person, but I do majority of my stuff digitally. But I'm still like an old school. Give me a stack of cash. I like how it looks, like how it feels in my hand type of guy. I like to. But now I found myself like before. I say 2 years. Usually, I would go and I would get like a wad of cash, like every 2 or 3 weeks, just to walk around with it. If I need to buy something, whatever. I found myself feeling a little self-conscious the other day when I was at the barbershop. And this is the first time this has happened. My son got his haircut. I got my haircut. And no, somebody else was paying first. They got their haircuts first. And she paid with Apple Pay. Boop, 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 for her son. Out. The other one paid the guy Cash App. And out. No cash exchanging. I pull out this gigantic wallet, pull out this knot, and I'm flipping through, giving him this money, and I give him and I felt so antiquated at that one moment. And I said, this is the feeling that they try to make everybody feel right now. This is it right here. I'm holding up the line. I'm that girl counting pennies and quarters. I'm the girl holding up the line right now. And that's the problem. We're in a right now speedy, let's get it done type of. When you go to McDonald's, you see now, you don't even talk to the lady at the desk.
Nah.
Beep, 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 beep.
Yep, on the screen.
Get your food. And they go, food for king. Okay. No more talking to anybody.
Yep.
The barriers is there. Like, it's so impersonal. We are not connecting anymore. No. And that's the scariest part. Because handing cash over to somebody. Do you know there's a level of disrespect when you put cash on a counter, when you're paying for something and you slide it over to the person? You want them to put the cash in your hand, right? That's a connection that you have with that individual. It's like shaking hands. Now, since COVID, now you see somebody like, hey, no handshake, no hello. Sometimes you don't even fist bump those people because you don't want to go home with that cough.
Yeah.
We are building, this digital society is building barriers between individuals. Now it's bringing us closer because I'm talking to you guys and y'all all over the world. But the utopia that we don't want, but they want us to believe we need.
Meta. Yeah.
Scary. We're heading there right now.
Yeah. I was actually going to just bounce back to what you was talking about earlier, King, about PlayStation, the lack of funds and that. Because I was just going to say in that moment that I think it's evident and the lack of first party, and they're buying third party IPs because it's a lot cheaper than just producing their own first party content.
4 years into a generation and they're drying up. That is a massive concern.
Especially the loss I think they felt with Spider-Man 2. I mean, what was that? That cost just under 400 million to make, didn't it? And they're not recouping that. 300 million, so they're not recouping that.
The problem with that thing in there, and this is I got to get ready to go because my show is at 6:30. I do apologize.
That's fine, mate. That's fine.
That's all right. My show's almost.
It's the problem with that is the licenses. EA said we're stepping away from this.
Mm-hmm.
Disney is trying to ram them. Hey, listen, you got to give us back. They wanted 250 million to produce Spider-Man. So it cost 300 to make. 250 million just to do it. So you mean to tell me I got to make $550 million in order to break even?
Yep.
They're sitting there sweating to death on this thing. They're bundling it with consoles. They're having pre-sales in September. How the hell can we wish list this stuff? I don't care how we're going to get this to people. And for them to sell a record number. But they won't do that because they're stubborn.
Yeah.
They're absolutely stubborn because they want to do this. This is the deal. They want to do a remake, a remaster, whatever, and then release it on PC. Or we get the PC crowd because they'll stick around. They found out that did not work. We saw Ratchet and Clank. It does not work.
There's a new shiny new thing at the time, and they're like, this is an old game. It's been out for a few years. What's the next thing? You get them when it's a new game for everyone, and that's what I think Helldivers 2 would be dead on arrival if it had only launched on PlayStation.
Oh no, they don't buy games
on PC. That is where it's coming from. PC has been keeping that game alive around that, because it released day and date. Yeah.
I think they fought for that. I think they honestly fought for that, and the fact of the matter is that Sony, so that business model in purchasing stuff like that new Rise of the Ronin and games like that, those games are not sustainable in the whole economic hierarchy over at Sony because you do not own this stuff.
Nope.
Microsoft learned that harsh lesson. You don't remember that lesson that they learned? And Phil said, okay, we got to stop right here because we got these 3 games and we got these studios. We don't got enough studios and we need to be able to compete with these guys that's locking us out at every turn. I'm not going to battle with them to keep buying IPs, renting IPs from people that we don't own. So what we're going to do is we're going to let Bungie go. We're going to keep Halo. That's ours. We're going to go to Gears of War. We're going to purchase that from Epic. You're not walking away with that because they saw it was getting ready to go to PlayStation 3. That's not going to happen. That's going to stay here. We're going to turn this Forza thing around. We're going to make this a thing. We're going to solidify this right here. And then we're going to go out and we're going to start purchasing stuff. And then that I forgot the guy that was in charge before Satya got there, the guy in charge of the money that was holding Phil by the throat that didn't allow him to do a damn thing. Phil said something to Satya. They got this guy out there. Satya moves in. He said, yo, I need this back. I need to do this. You think you can make it happen? Hell yeah, I can make it happen. So what you want to do? Go get Bethesda. I saw some stuff that they got working over there, and Sony's trying to cut in. All right, you know what? We're going to stop them. They go out and they get ZeniMax. They buy the whole goddamn building. They don't care. They don't go in there and buy a pair of jeans. They don't go buy a jacket. They hold the damn building. Give me the building. Everybody get out. This is mine. All right, cool. Everybody thought they was done there. They was not done there. They said, oh, Bobby got a little stuff going on over here. People are doing things. People are unaliving. This is a problem right here. We can strike right now. Buy when it's super low. They went over there and they purchased when it was absolutely super low. Sony said this cannot happen. They was making a boatload of money off of Call of Duty, and they realized all that money that there was funding God of War and all that other stuff will be going right to Microsoft, and Microsoft will be able to be in the battle and fight them to death. Shout out to Call of Duty Mobile launching on the 21st of this month. And it's going to be crazy because they already got 50 million people locked and loaded, ready to play. And this is why I knew Microsoft would beat them. They played the long game. They pivoted when they were supposed to, and these guys are still stuck in the mud. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. I am absolutely sorry that I did not give you all of my time. But
that's okay.
I just had to give y'all that. So this is the last show. It sucks so bad. And we was trying in the background, guys. Trust me.
Yeah.
They were trying, and it's just the timing was not working. So I'm so happy that I was able to get here. I'm so happy that you guys let me talk.
Absolutely, we love listening to talk. Yeah. We really appreciate you having the time and coming on. It's fantastic to have you on. Been trying to get you on for ages, and you're a well-respected member of the community.
You are.
So
a lot of PlayStation dudes hate me, but
I mean, that's a them problem, right? That's on them.
It's probably the same person. Lots of accounts.
Listen, they always in my chat, so I think I love them because I think they love me too. But I guess they wish they had a me over there for them. But all right, guys.
Thank you.
Good.
Take care.
No worries. All right. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Peace, guys.
Speak soon.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
The king has left the building.
Yes. Well, hey, at least we were able to have him on the show on the very last show, so that was pretty cool. Definitely well worth it. Definitely well worth it.
It was. That was good. That's why we just let him rant. So what should we do now? Should we round it up?
Well, what it's not worth going through topics because on the Sony side, right?
In the chat.
What's wrong?
What in the chat?
Look who's in the chat. I said it would happen.
You must have unlocked him.
I didn't. It must be just another account. He has loads of them, doesn't he?
That up. Thank you, Dauntless. We appreciate the interaction, but
how's your book club going?
Just I'm not going to be nice this time to you, Dauntless. Just piss off.
Yeah.
I was nice to you, and you were an asshole, and so you deserve all the disrespect coming your way because you're a disrespectful piece of shit.
There you go.
Have it. Drop it. We dropped it. It's destroyed you, Dauntless. Now go read a book. Yeah. Now go read Twilight.
Someone in chat who's a mod, get rid of his message, please. I don't want to see it.
Oh, I could do it. I was just enjoying us mocking him. Yeah. Okay.
Once you disrespect me,
we've got loads of.
I just don't.
Where's our snipers, Bobber? Jedi.
They're leaving it just so I have to look at it.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck you.
Isn't that weird? I called it though, didn't I? I said he would rock up for the last show. Isn't that weird? I called it.
Well, you know he loves you, Elite, because he rocked up for the last fucking show. I always hold the door for King. Oh yes. But you know what's interesting though with what is it? London studios closing. Like the fact that Jim Ryan was there like 5 days earlier taking a photo with them.
Yeah.
And then 5 days later they're
Muggy.
gone.
Slimy prick.
Yeah, that just...
He's an arsehole.
It just goes to show, like, they probably didn't know what was coming.
Well, unless he was there to tell them.
After the photo, and they're like, fuck, we got that
happening. He probably went there, he said, hello everyone, took the pictures, and then went back office, then signed off all their... Signed them all off. Without knowing.
Walked out the door, by the way, you're going.
By the way,
he just might dropped him in. Bye, bitches.
You're not going to Disneyland. You're going home.
Bye, bitches. He was like, bye, bitches.
I wouldn't necessarily call him a see you next Tuesday. Fuck you. I feel like that is probably too good a word for him. So yeah.
Well, an ankle is the lowest, or a foot is the lowest part. So
the shit on the bottom of my shoe. Okay.
Shit on my shoe. It's great to have King on. He seems to mimic a lot of what we've been saying in previous shows, so that's quite good.
Yeah, because it makes sense, right? Though, doesn't it?
It does make sense.
That's the thing. It makes sense. I would have liked to have been able to ask him a couple of things, but you know, it is what
his life is.
What would you have asked him,
quiet, Elite. What did you want to talk?
I was letting. I didn't want King to talk because I didn't want to talk over him too much. But go ask. What was Ashtray going to ask him?
No, I just wanted to get his perspective on
what did he look like from the waist down.
His number and the winning lotto numbers.
No, I was going to ask him what his perspective on the whole Xbox community blowing up, and did he think that, you know, it was blown out of proportion from the people that were reporting, you know, games like Starfield and that, or if that is, in his opinion, you know, gonna come out. as multi-platform later on, and just see what his answer was, that kind of stuff. Does he sort of mentioned that he reckons that PlayStation will become an app, and I was just going to ask him how long does he think that's going to take, things like that, just to get his perspective on it.
Yeah. Wait, PlayStation doesn't have EA Play in their sub-service, right? They just have it as a separate subscription.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, it is. I think you have to pay something or pay extra for it. I think it's under their tier 3 or something, isn't it? Yeah, to pay extra.
I don't even think it's on that actually.
Don't know.
Possibly not. Yeah, you might have to pay separately.
I haven't. My last PlayStation was a PS4, and that's it. I'm out. I'm no more PlayStation at all.
Nah. Yeah. That PS4 I've got, I've never used it.
All I'm going to say right now, getting away from the PS4 comments, is it's just sad to see what's happening within our industry at the moment. Oh no, within something that we love, our hobby, that we love gaming, and seeing what's happening to the industry. Sorry, it kind of feels reminiscent. I was talking to Pete about this last night, of what happened when the gaming industry sort of just crashed, and then what came out of that, Nintendo came out of the ashes and then rebooted the gaming industry. I feel like right now our industry that we
I think Sega helped with that though.
Say that again.
I think Sega helped with that.
Sega did. Yep, those two came out of that, but it's just, there's so many games, it's so oversaturated, people are vying for your time, there's too many live service, they're trying to nickel and dime everything. And these companies that are making games, they don't. All they're doing is looking at making money. They don't really care about whether or not some of these companies, whether or not the gamer is going to enjoy it. They just want a return on investment, and that's all they care about. But they've got to remember, if they want to stay solvent and such, they have to somehow rectify that with the consumer. The only reason this industry is solvent or has been sustainable is the consumers purchasing the games. There would be no gaming industry if it wasn't for us.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's a lot to be done.
Our economy, none of us have endless amounts of money at the moment just to kind of play all these games. I have a finite amount of time at the moment. I don't have time to play all these games. I don't have time to. I don't even have all the money in the world to pay for half of these games anyway, because my cat just took out my bank account. But yeah, sorry, Ashtray, you were saying.
I was just going to say, the industry needs to look at cutting costs. They need to pull back on dev time, which means probably scope of games need to come back down a little bit. I'm not saying bring them back as low as 8-hour games that were linear.
8-hour game.
They just need the costs need to come down, that's for sure, because it's not sustainable.
That's exactly what Hellblade is, isn't it? That's what Thingy are doing, Ninja Theory, because Hellblade 2 is going to be 8 to 9 hours, but it's also £50, isn't it? Or $50. They're dropping it. They're dropping
cheaper,
20,
and it only costs about 15 million to make.
Yeah. So they're doing it right. They're doing it
more
correctly.
than the last game, which makes sense because they have a new studio. They've got a new place for doing the motion capture and everything like that.
Yeah.
But
I
so
mean,
they're doing it properly.
But that means if the game does really well, then the profit margins will be quite a lot higher in that respect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they do need to cut.
So and you said about Starfield, what you're going to ask King. I mean, we've seen a lot of people crying on Twitter recently, and a lot of people in general crying. Would we be upset if Starfield, after 2 years, or Xbox games in general, went to PlayStation after 2 years? People are going to say there's no point owning console if you wait. You know, you might as well just wait and buy them on PlayStation.
Came out,
but
with that image behind her, and was like, Starfield is a Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
And that sort of messaging is a big fuck you if they did that.
Yeah.
So regardless of what it's talking about, that messaging, that would be horrible to try and walk that one back. Other games that haven't said that with, different conversation. But Starfield, they've been very clear around the messaging for that.
If they're going to do that, then it's probably best to say
the rest of the community, I think, if they did that.
Yeah. Even though saying that, PlayStation do it. Everything they say is exclusive. Even games that are timed going to Xbox, they still call them exclusive.
Yeah, but
even actually games that are multi-plat, they give the impression that they're exclusive.
But yeah,
so...
but that's the marketing side of it, right? If Jim Ryan came out and said this game was exclusive and never going anywhere else, and then walked that back after a whole heap of conversations with won't it be exclusive, and then they've come out to clarify and solidify it, then that's a different conversation. But I guess for PlayStation, the way they've done their business is they've been exclusive for such a long period of time. A game gets announced and releases, everyone just assumes that it's exclusive. Whereas on Xbox, not every game is exclusive. And the fact that they were putting it on PC, and so is it going to go anywhere else? And it's always left that little margin or little gap for people to ask those questions, whereas that's now starting to happen with PlayStation, more so around is it coming to PC in 6 months? Is it going to be PC day and date? Will we see it anywhere else? But it's not a given on the PlayStation side that that's going to be the case. And so they've been really clear about Starfield.
They're going to have games on PC. Whether it's day and date is a different story, but they have to. I just don't want PlayStation players to have Xbox games on their PlayStation. If they want Xbox games, they should have them on by an Xbox.
Yeah.
That's my mentality, though, so... I don't care that they can play them. They just need to play them on Xbox or PC.
PlayStation, I'm not talking about the community. I don't care about the community in that respect. I'm talking about the business as a whole doesn't deserve it after the way that they've behaved, trying to make sure that they did kill off Xbox. Competition is healthy, and you made it very impossible for Microsoft to compete, and when they were competing, they had to trip on their own shoelaces. You didn't need to help them any further. But it's just they don't really deserve the games. Nintendo, not a problem. Xbox and Nintendo have a good relationship.
Yeah, I reckon if anything, they should just put games on Nintendo and screw off PlayStation, because there's enough Nintendos out there. They don't need PlayStation. I mean, no PlayStation fans keep going with the market leaders. We've got the most consoles, but they've not. There's more Switches than PlayStation 5s or PlayStation 4s now, so they're not the market console leaders. So they could quite happily just put them. But then again, with PC, there's more PCs than there are PlayStations. So Xbox is already on the biggest market, and mobile as well. So Xbox is already on the biggest market. So they don't really need PlayStation, but it's just that revenue. They definitely need it for gas games. And I didn't see a loss by them putting old games on there, like Sea of Thieves, which is 6 years old. And come on,
live service game.
There's probably no one here or in the chat.
And
there's probably no one here even in chat or anything that still plays that game, and is upset that Sea of Thieves went over there. We'll probably.
I'm not upset. I played it recently, but I'm not upset.
Nah.
I haven't played it for a little while,
that's what you missed.
Over 14 days worth of hours in there.
It's a live service game, right? So why would I care? Yeah. Like, the more people playing it, the longer that game survives and lasts. However, difference to that is it's not a tentpole indicative of think of Sea of Thieves.
You mean like Halo, Gears?
If it was Halo multiplayer going to PlayStation, I might be like, I don't think they deserve it.
Well, if the multiplayer of Halo went over, but not the campaign.
No. It's a tentpole franchise.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm just running out of it because it is a gas game.
I mean, it could.
Halo is a gas game.
Honestly, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, they could also put Gears multiplayer on PlayStation, but not the campaign. So.
No.
All right.
That's what I mean.
All right. Well, anything else you want to add, like around Remedy has now got their IP. They can now own that. Who else? Saber Interactive is looking at splitting from Embracer Group, I think, was also news out of that. And a whole heap of other studios announced layoffs.
Yeah. There's loads of people just... Yeah, that was going to be our main topic, wasn't it? There's a lot of just a massive shift in the industry. There's lots of people leaving, closing, ran out of money. There's just seems to be a massive shift. I mean, Embracer seems to be just shit in the bed at the moment.
Yeah.
But no one seems to be picking up on that too much or, laughing or mocking Embracer or anything like that. That's weird. And the same goes for PlayStation with things like Insomniac and what's happening with them, and what was it, Fire Sprite as well, which the dev come out and say they've been basically disbanded because funds, lack of money, like a financial
Sprite is
difficulties.
Still around. They've just lost a lot of staff.
Yeah, they've lost a lot of staff. Yeah, and there was that dev that doesn't seem too happy about it, did he? There wasn't a lot of them. Yeah,
not my cat. I would never.
A bit disgruntled. Who else was there? There was someone else, wasn't there? There was another. Who else was there? I can't remember. I got the thing open. Oh, Jedi Knight Peter's dropped another $2.
Delete.
He's left a blank. He didn't leave a message.
yeah. Delete.
Yeah. Delete.
We will.
Hashtag delete elite in the chat for the final show to remind us how much
we are all
leaving this show because of Elite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He deleted the podcast.
Yeah. Ashtray and I took it really seriously. We got together and we're like, how do we make this happen? Yeah.
I can't believe Peter, which is American for Peter, did that. You deleted me.
Hey, it's facts.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, it's deserved. It's well-deserved, Elite. I mean, you've got your pillow franchise business that you're starting up next.
I'm running. That's what I mean. I want to continue that. Yeah. So look out for a Red Dead Panda pillow.
You would violate that
I
pillow,
would sue
you,
the
Elite?
fuck out of you, Elite, and then come over with brass knuckles and punch you in the face.
Would you really, though? Would you really sue me if there was a pillow of you?
Of me?
And it was,
yeah, because
your whole body.
share this face with my twin.
Life size.
Twin.
Okay.
You're such an asshole, Ashtray. I share my face with my twin, okay?
Twin.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Who's the oldest?
She is, obviously.
Who's the oldest?
Oh, so you share her face then? Not the other way around.
No, we split. One didn't.
Well, no, not really.
Yep, we did. That's how it happened. You split. She's the oldest by 6 minutes. Yeah.
So Elite's gonna make a double pillow then?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it like a double pillow.
Yeah.
And just have a sister
I'll
pillow
be
sandwich.
A baseball bat to your kneecaps, honestly.
I'll be like this.
When you see him getting swatted, you know it was me.
Oh man, that's too funny.
We gotta buy. Boba Fett Gaming says Gamers Initiative podcast to be acquired by King Trash.
Yeah.
Oh well, he has to be able to land on a gas giant planet first.
Yeah, I live and die by the truth. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I can't believe how the PlayStation podcast survive. They literally, if you listen to them, they just literally lie and talk shit all the way through their podcasts. They don't even really talk about news or stuff. They just actually talk absolute shit, and they have so many followers and stuff. It's weird. It's just a little bubble cult thing they're in, and they all just follow. It's weird.
All right.
So it's strange. We closing down now.
If it says pillow scissoring OF account, what?
See the pillow. Account. Put in the chat if you'd buy a pillow. Would you buy a Red Dead Panda pillow? Put in the chat if you'd buy a Red Dead Panda pillow, and her sister's one of her sisters as well. By the pair, you get 2 for 1.
I'm glad this is the last show. Yeah. If he had to show up for another show after saying this shit, he'd be dead.
Pillows akimbo.
Pillow talk. Yeah.
Scissoring. God damn it.
Yes.
All right.
How do we
Scissor sisters?
Do that?
Right.
Such a something is all I'm gonna say.
It's been a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. But it's time to say goodbye.
We've really appreciated. We've really appreciated all you guys and all the support you've given us over the years, and all the backup and the comments and the donations and
the laughs.
Yeah, we really appreciate you, and it's good, and the laughs and the giggles. Hope you enjoyed it. So stay tuned though, because we're not gonna. Well, Ashtray's sort of kind of vanishing, but me and Red will still be around. Ashtray just might make an alt account and just troll people under a different
name. Delete Elite will be.
Yeah, it'll be the delete Elite.
Delete Elite.
Elite's pillows.
You just spend the whole time trolling his account, Ashtray.
That'd be worth
it. Said they get lonely.
Fuck you said he would buy 5.
Oh shit! Yeah, there you go. Look at that.
Imagine all those 5 of them.
You've already got your first pre-order.
There you go.
Some guys get off by being smothered as well, don't they? So he'd be like that. He'd be like.
According to Booker, I'm getting hangry for Vegemite sandwich.
I would like a Marmite sandwich.
Marmite's trash.
See, Marmite's better. Marmite's better than Vegemite.
No, no way. Absolutely not.
I think it's where you grow up. Like, there's Vegemite's the Marmite we have in New Zealand, and then there's Vegemite in Australia, and then there's the Marmite over in the UK, which is different to the one in New Zealand.
So we get your Marmite from New Zealand for some reason.
Yeah.
It's trash.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, it's about thing. Like, I don't like Vegemite, but, you know, that's because it's Australian and it tastes awful. But I really just want to say we're going to miss taking the piss out of each other every show. Yeah, the puss. We're going to love it. If you just remind Elite any chance you can, they're on his Twitter page.
Go fuck yourself.
Any comment, go fuck yourself. And also #DeleteElite. Please keep him humble. Yeah. Basically. But like I said,
really appreciate it over the years.
I will still be around, not for the show, but I have my other show starting, and it's starting on the 16th of March.
You serious?
Yeah. Which is the 17th for me, but it's the 16th over in the States.
16th, yep.
16th. Fuck you, dick.
Hey, I've got to get it in while I can.
You have to, like, everything I say, you're like, gotta get it in. Any chance he gets, he's got to get it in. That's what
gotta get it in.
Yeah. Fuck you. I'm sure we'll find time to play Halo. And if you want more of my chaoticness, all you have to do is join a party with myself and Pete, and then be shocked at the shit that we say. Mainly me.
I will quit gaming.
Me. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah. It's been beautiful. It's been emotional, but it's time for us to go. As I said, keep up the support. Don't unsubscribe. Keep the support up, and keep the support up to these lovely people here. And look out for Ashtray in the future, with like being the next Elon Musk with his vanilla fingers.
Account,
So vanilla fingers.
Yeah.
The 2-finger authentication.
So and I'll see you on Twitter and on YouTube. In the near future. And hopefully you might see us on other podcasts.
You never know.
Other podcasts, you never know. All right. Have a great rest of your day, and bye.
Sayonara.
Bye.
I will quit gaming.
That was a damn good show.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.